All right, welcome back, viewers, to our another exciting episode of our podcast series, the Young Turk Dialogues by Crobstacle. This is our episode number 70, and today we have a very special and amazing guest with us with a lots and lots of experience, Chintan sir. First of all, thank you, sir, for joining in on this episode, for taking the time. Before I introduced you, because already an introduction has been sent to our audience through the emails. So, first of all, very thankful that you are here on this episode. And then second thing is that I wrote a short introduction about you, not very informative because you have a long list of experiences. So I will tell you as the introduce you as the founder and managing partner at Anantam Ecosystems. And I will just say that you have extensive experience in nurturing startups, and that's what we are here for today on this podcast. And baki introduction we'll mention in the podcast so our audience can get into it. And let's deep dive into our podcast, sir. First of all, how are you feeling to be on the podcast today?
Thank you so much. Thanks, Anmol. And I really appreciate the good work you're doing at the Young Turks and building a community and the recording experience and providing this as a platform for aspiring entrepreneurs. So, glad to be here, and I'm indeed excited to uh, get into the podcast and let us get going. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
perfect. Our audience of, mainly consists of marketers, startup founders, and entrepreneurs today. So we will be first of all, everyone has their unique journey, unique experiences. So whenever a guest comes into our podcast, so we always ask them that we begin with their journey because everything here will revolve around your journey. So Chintan sir, why not you begin with it?
Okay, so by qualification, I'm an alumnus of Shailesh Mehta School of Management, IIT Bombay, Haas School of Business, UC Berkeley, and the Seed School of Business, University of Oxford. 25 plus years of experience, corporate career equally divided between the Reliance and Tata Group. Have led multiple technology deployment projects for India's top two diversified conglomerates. Uh, have extensive experience in deploying various telecom technologies, ranging from CDMA to C.4DEC, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, as well as smart cities. So, being that, done that, have program managed various uh, telecom technology. So I was at the edge of the new tech which is being introduced. And then afterwards have also extensively worked in various professional associations ranging from Project Management Institute to IEEE to Bombay Management Association. And there are a couple of many other which can be added to the list. So have volunteered with community extensively in various national and global initiatives and conferences, have been track chair to conference chair for multiple technical and management conferences as well. So, having said that, I started my journey as an independent consultant and then afterwards developed this ecosystem where we work with startups. We have got seed stage startup accelerators. At any given point of time, we are working with around 15 different global accelerator programs. We work with MSMEs, and this is where we help them scale up and refine their GTM. We also raise funds for our customers and we do a bit of government advisory. This is where we are uh, interacting with the G20 and BRICS and other initiatives like ITU and IEEE. So I look forward. So this is my short introduction, and I look forward
Actually,
for.
a ton of experiences there. So,
Thank
like
you.
you told, you have done ton of work with telecom technology and all. So, how did the thought of getting into startups came into the picture? Like you were interested from the beginning, like
So
something.
throughout my career, I have been an entrepreneur.
Okay,
So I was given a responsibility and I was CEO of the team, and the team would actually perform and deliver the project or outcome. So that is where I had been groomed by my employer to be an entrepreneur, a leader who would deliver various projects, and that is where the DNA was of entrepreneurship, and that is how I started. Once I'm on my own, I started working with startups.
So, in which year, sir, you exactly got into the startup ecosystem?
So almost I would say around 8 years ago.
8 years ago. So, how the ecosystem has
Formally, that is
evolved?
formal. Informal engagement is around 12 plus years now.
Oh, wow. So, how you have seen the ecosystem evolving? Like there have, I have asked this question previously on our podcast to many people, and every time I get, different or somehow similar answers. So, I would like to hear your perspective on that.
Yes, so earlier, like kind of, from why to why not, the journey is. So if earlier, probably around 2015, if you told someone that you are an entrepreneur, the first thing on the top of their mind would be why? Why entrepreneurship? Why you starting your own startup? हमें कुछ और करने के लिए नहीं मिला क्या?
Ah, yeah, that was the
So
mindset.
from why to why not? And right now people are thinking, why don't you start your own startup? यार तुम कुछ अकेले अपने से कुछ नहीं कर सकता क्या कि तुम कहीं पे जॉब करना चाह रहा है?
Right. Everyone now
That
wants
is the
to become a
transformation
startup
we have
founder.
seen.
Yeah.
That is the transformation we have seen.
Truly said, truly said. And I think Shark Tank India has done a good job with it. At least Indian parents now understand that it's not just government jobs and everything, but startups are also there. It is
Yeah,
something.
I mean, definitely I partially agree because I come from a Gujarati background. So definitely,
Yeah, of
Dhanda
course,
is
background
something
also
that,
matters a lot here. Yeah,
so Dhanda is something that is everyone talks about, right?
right. Here in Uttarakhand, like it was earlier, ki mainly you either go for government job or you go for private job में जा रहे हो, so किसी MNC में जाओ, so ये था. But now like it is good that at least the communities here are understanding that yeah, startups are also something and we need them here in Uttarakhand to develop it. So that is something that has been happening. So yeah. Yeah, that is great, sir. So moving it now, I will be touching upon like you have ton of experience working with so many startups, 12 plus years of experience with them. So as the audience watching here is most of the startup founders, so we'll be discussing first about how early stage startups should market themselves. Because I see what happens is many of the startup founders, even I was, they get misguided because they don't have the right, I will say, advices or right mentors or right places to go, and they will go to an agency who will rip them off. I personally run an agency, but we don't do that here because my dad had a similar kind of experience in 2016. So that's where my career began. I started to help him with his business. So I totally felt, totally know how it exactly feels to initial startup founders and what they go through. So why not you throw some light on it? Early stage startup founders marketing.
Sure, definitely. So I would say that early stage startup need to understand why marketing is crucial for day one. Either you do it or get a collaborator or agency to do it. But while you do this, as a founder, it is your responsibility to explain the positioning, differentiation, and credibility of your brand to your team or to the agency.
Right. And that's where I think
Balancing
most
with
people go wrong. Right.
exactly. अच्छा ठीक है हायर कर लिया कर लेंगे वो लोग
वही करेंगे,
again
मेरा तो अब
that
काम खत्म.
handshake is missing.
Yes.
That handshake is missing.
Totally.
And balancing between branding and immediate sales goal is also important. I have been writing a series of articles for Let's Debate on LinkedIn. You will see there are multiple
We will
such
put a link for our
questions.
audience in the description. You share that with us.
Sure. So it is important to ensure visibility while generating revenue.
Right.
Not visible, you cannot generate revenue. Yes, we need to leverage the low cost and high impact strategies. but it is important to have a clarity, plan, a do's and don'ts as far as your content marketing, your social media journey is concerned. Early stage brokers miss this.
Right.
It is important, in my view, it is important to experiment and then work on your strengths. When you have different route to market, you experiment right from Instagram, Facebook, yes, newspaper ads, even WhatsApp messaging, SMS marketing, you will not multiple channels. Try to maintain a tracker and see what is working for you and from where you are getting conversion. Try to focus there because the reason is if you look at geography of our country, it's too huge. People's preference, customers' preference change from age, from the area in which they are living, from their financial position, from the culture they belong to, from their religious belief. There are हजार factors which impact. That is where, at times in certain areas, you may get good traction from Instagram, but in certain other areas, you may be getting good traction from Facebook ads also. So try to have an open eye and a tracker which would give you such analytics. And then play on your strengths rather than investing time in improving your weakness. That's what my advice to all the early stage founders would be.
And sir, what are the, like, I will ask you, let's drill down the list to five. Top five common mistakes you see startup founders making when they are either planning for their brand positioning or like taking their startup, like you work on, you mentioned go to market strategy. So I think that's where most of them go wrong, because even I have done the mistake. I did not know it earlier, and then I made so many mistakes. I experimented, then I got to know what exactly, okay, this is what my brand should be, this is how it should be, but it took me 6 long months or 8 long months of mistakes to get to that point. So as per you, what are the let's drill the list down to top five. So let's talk about that.
So first thing is clear value proposition.
Okay. Clear
That
value.
what is it that you bring on the table? And then that clear value proposition should be socialized entire team, not just the founders,
Got it.
right? Each and every member should be equally equal to explain what do you bring on the table and why you.
Right.
Another mistake, we feel that it's not our job because I am a Python developer. It's not my job to interact with customers.
Right.
And I recommend that each and every person on the team must interact with customers, right?
Right.
As in when you meet any customer, minimum 2 to 3 people should show up on the call. They should feel that they are respected. Multiple times, what happens is people tend to understand what they want to understand. But when you put 2 to 3 minds together, you can have an average outcome and capture better undercurrents what customer is trying to say,
Right.
right?
Yeah, that is.
Another point would be we need to understand that there has to be consistency in what you do. If you are picking up something, then it should be done consistently.
Right. Consistency is key.
Consistency is important. Fourth point, be open to feedback. Meet your customer, meet your partner, meet your investor, and see if they have anything to mention. If they want you to do something extra, if they have got some feedback, capture that feedback.
Right.
And fifth thing is maintain investor relations.
Right.
Many times in the busy schedule of launch and beyond, the investor relation and investor feedback takes least priority. And I feel that that is something that should be avoided. While you are launching, the investor should be equally excited that yes, my portfolio company, my investing company, my founder, my friend is launching this.
Right. Relationship building is important.
That is that connect and hand holding is supreme. Right?
Got it.
ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए अरे पैसा लेके भाग गया अभी वो उस बाद में स्टेज पे अकेला खड़ा है और मैं तो कहीं वो इवेंट पे हूँ भी नहीं मालूम भी नहीं उसे.
Right. That would be wrong. No, these top five learnings are, I think, very important, and I think we all should follow because I also learned later on the power of keeping relationships, building them, nurturing them, and now my business works on mostly relationships. So I learned the power of it in very later stage, like after 2 years of running my business. Earlier, I was just techie, I will say tech entrepreneur, always involved in operations. So yeah, I also feel that it is important. So talking about maintaining relationships, building them, nurturing them, what is the role of our current platforms that we have, like digital marketing, in bringing customers, maintaining the relationship with them, and nurturing them to be a part of your community? Because now I'm seeing many businesses are driven towards community, like how Tata Click does it. They have a community, and there are so many brands around it. So yeah.
So I can say that जितना गुड़ डालोगे उतना मीठा लगेगा.
Very well said.
Right? So digital marketing is the growth accelerator.
Right.
The reasons are plenty because there are certain interesting insights and favorable situation as well. Most of us is having above 1 GB data plan now.
Right.
So all your prospective customers are online. We are in race to attract their eyeballs. We live in a country where tier 2 and tier 3 cities or rural India has more subscribers, internet subscribers than urban India. So this is where I believe that digital marketing will help you bring visibility and scale that visibility beyond traditional methods.
Right. That makes sense.
We need to realize the power of content driven marketing,
Correct.
blogs, video content, podcast, community building. These are the ways where you can build content driven marketing strategy. Yes, there are other aspects as well, like SEO, SEM, etc. But then you need to have an eye on your unique marketing strategy as well, because many people, many of your prospects read those newspapers as well.
Right.
There are certain good aspects as well. I must say that now there are lot many marketing automation tools available. A lot of insights are being thrown to you by these digital marketing providers. Take a moment to learn it rather than ignoring it. If you learn, then you'll be able to take benefit of the insight and avoid wrong revenue, wrong spend in your marketing, and be able to target the right customer person.
Right. And what are some of the tools that you suggest in terms of the digital
Not,
aspect?
not, I mean, I'm not into the tools and all, but I would say that if you are running a campaign on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, try to understand each type of graph or each type of analytics they throw to you
Right.
and keep on tuning and see that how your conversion trends are, right?
Right.
I recommend to all my mentees that keep on tuning your campaign at a regular interval. Don't just set up the campaign, launch the campaign, and forget it.
Right.
That's not how it works. Have an eye on conversion, have an eye on how many people are viewing it, how many people are clicking it, what are the heat maps, and then see that how best you can take the advantage of these analytics to conversion and then ultimate the revenue generation.
Got it. And like related to this only, how impactful storytelling and branding is in fundraising.
Storytelling is everything. If you are able to master the storytelling, and from Steve Jobs to Satya Nadella to Sundar Pichai, or even to any other Indian entrepreneur who has been launching their products on the stage, if you are able to narrate the story well, then you are able to get the hook for second meeting. This is where you can spend more time. And let me explain this. If you look at human attention span, it's less than 10 seconds. You can Google it and check it. Okay. Human attention span is less than 10 seconds. So if you are able to attract attention of the person who is standing in front of you in first 10 seconds, then you have won the person. People rehearse. I went to some event and they were having 10-minute pitch. I mean, that is something probably it's a strict no-no to all my mentees. Try to have a shorter pitch but impactful pitch.
Right.
What people do is they extend the duration to 10 minutes. But then in that duration, they get lost in the storytelling.
Right. It has
Instead,
to be very
yes,
strategic. Yeah.
yes, it has to be very strategically planned. I'll tell you, people have what elevator pitch, and that elevator pitch is one version which they tell to everyone,
Right.
and that is a strict no. Because think of a CEO who is standing in front of you. His position or his expectation is different than a CFO,
Correct.
right? I got a deal just by saying that, okay, fine, I do something which is 20% cheaper and has got 38 more features than the your current offering. And that is where I got opportunity. Right? I can offer you something which is 20% cheaper and has got 38 more features than what you are using right now. Just one sentence, you get the next meeting,
Changes the game. Right.
right? So
Right.
these are the power sentences one must be careful.
Right. And how all of this, helps you achieve the product market fit? Like talking about digital storytelling, branding, and everything. How does it help you? Like how you connect the dots and make that perfect go-to-market strategy?
So in my view, go-to-market strategy is not just a complex looking diagram, but it is a time-bound strategy. Every strategy is a time-bound series of action. So I tell this to all my mentees that if you want to craft a GTM, it has to be that how are you going to win 10,000 customers
Right.
in first year. So what are we doing? We are fixing the time scale. We are fixing the number of customers. Or alternatively, you can also decide to fix the revenue targets as well. How can I cross $1 million of revenue in first year? And to achieve this target, whatever you do becomes your go-to-market strategy.
Got it.
There
Very
will
simple.
be multiple actions. These actions are called route to markets. Like you do email marketing, you do traditional organic marketing, you do SMS marketing, you do Instagram marketing, you do LinkedIn marketing, or marketing on X. And these are various route to markets. Then break it up into your monthly targets and what sort of traction you expect from each of the RTM, and then start tracking it. That's a simple way to have an effective GTM.
Right. That is perfect. Yeah, I think gives a very clear direction. And like now, does the go-to market strategy, in your perspective, for all the markets vary, or like it is the same strategy but applied in different forms?
So it is different for different type of startups,
Okay.
right?
Like
Because
basically, you have worked with G20 and BRICS, and also in that sense, how do you, for startups?
so many times the size of market matters,
Okay.
right? In top 10 startup ecosystems, you can take aggressive targets, but if you are in working with someone in limited market size, and you cannot have aggressive targets,
Right.
right? So
Makes sense.
there are small countries like one of the state of India, right? If you look at Europe or Africa, then there are countries which are like equivalent to one state of India.
Right.
So then their strategy is different.
Right. So everything
Even if
has
you
to
look
be.
at even if you look at the US as a larger market, 51 states, you cannot launch 51 states on day zero. So the strategy would be different.
Correct. That is totally true. Right. So now I think we have covered it all, and now I would like you to give your top five learnings from your personal experience to our audience of startup founders, marketers, and business owners. Because we have covered most of the aspects, like from taking the journey from startup funding to marketing to go-to-market strategy to the how you work on a global ecosystem. Now these were the aspects that I majorly wanted to touch base with you on, but now I would like you to discuss your top five takeaways for these audiences, what they should be doing in the current market system.
Okay, so first one is have a mentor by your side.
Okay. Mentor is important.
Mentor is important.
Yeah.
Even smartest of the mountaineers need a Sherpa when they go to Mount Everest.
Right.
Second one, second advice is rehearse your pitch. Sportsmen play their sport for 6 to 8 hours.
Every day.
Musicians do riyas. What is the reason? They want their best strengths to come forward and deliver it flawlessly, right?
Right.
So try to rehearse your pitch twice or thrice a day. Your pitch for your customer, for your partner, for your investor is different. Customer looks for products and feature, partner looks for commissions, profit share, investor looks for revenue growth.
Right.
If you mix and match and if you have one standard version, it doesn't work interchangeably. You are confusing people when you mix everything.
Right.
Have an eye on third advice, have an eye on why you started.
Why is the most important thing? I was reading,
Yes.
I think it is a book by Simon Sinek, right? In which he talks about start with why. Yeah, the book title is itself start with why.
So why you became entrepreneur? What you wanted to solve?
Right.
Don't try to broaden the base in initial years. Remain focused and make a mark.
Got
Network, help, socialize. Be known in your industry,
Yes, known. Another book I read.
right?
Yeah,
And last, but it is not the least, maintain work-life balance.
right.
I mean, there are certain controversies ranging from 90 over a week to whatever number. Keep
Right.
those things aside. Have some ground rule. Okay? It's okay. Every third Saturday, second half, play some games with your team members.
Right.
Okay? Every second Wednesday, have a team dinner. Good to have it because that strengthens the bond.
Right.
So maintain work-life balance, and this is it from my side. I guess we covered five, right?
Yeah, yeah, we covered everything. We covered five. And on that note, it is totally perfect, sir. What advices you have given, what messages you have given, and the journey that you have shared is really inspiring. And for the audience who watched the episode till here, thank you so much. And Chintan, sir, thank you to you for sharing your advices, your experiences on this platform that we have built. And I hope our audience love this. In case our audience you feel you have any questions, please post them down in the comment section. And if you have anything, we will be attaching links to the Chintan sir profile. You can reach out to him, you can ask him questions if you do not feel that you want to comment. And if you like it, do put a thumbs up on our YouTube channel and do share this episode. Chintan sir, on that note, would you like to say anything?
Thank you so much. Thanks, Anmol. Definitely, you're doing a good job and keep up the good work. Maintain the momentum.
Thank you.
That would be my sixth advice to you as well as all everyone who is watching, listening to the podcast, everyone who is entrepreneur or who's aspiring entrepreneur, everyone, let us maintain the momentum.
It is a bonus advice from sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.